Hey, welcome everybody to the library. Hey, hey, come on, y'all. What?
Butterfly in the sky. I see the brightest sky. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know,
Library open.
ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can see anything. Take a look.
How's everybody
In a
doing?
book, a reading rainbow.
A reading rainbow. Hey, let's all start over again. I can do it. Yeah, this here does not. Let's wait for everybody to come in here. Who's here tonight? We got Dina in the chat. Hey, Dina. Miss Grant. Welcome to the library. This man fucking lose just on time. This StreamYard that I paid for, don't be starting my song on time. I don't understand. There we go. Right. What's that shit? I want to see. Hey, here we go. What's that shit in the beginning? Now we have it. Hello, Lisa. Hey, Lisa, how was your week? Lose on my lip gloss. I always lose my lip gloss. All right, y'all. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Levon's Library. Hope everybody returned their books on time. Let's do a quick little here we are. Let's do a quick little friggin' reviews real quick. And construction in the library, because YouTube has been doing some things real quick. How do you like the new reviews or the new construction? As you see, there's no more background for me. There's no more red couch behind me. Now I have a new background where there's a few white people behind me. I changed my background. Do y'all like my new background? Do y'all see this? Now I have a new background behind me. Do you like that, or do you prefer the other background? Let me know what y'all think. So as I go through my background, let me welcome everybody who's here. Here we have Wu Cha. Thank you, Wu Cha, for being here. As usual, Wu Cha is always here. Thank you for being here. Maylin, thank you for being here as well. But I also have a special guest tonight joining me here at the library. We have Miss. Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss
Hi.
Ava. Oh, no,
Hold on.
no, okay.
Ooh, okay, sorry. It was looking like weird. Hello. How are you guys? How are you doing? We're here to talk about Black Adam. Adam.
We're here to talk about a few things tonight. And we are doing some reconstruction here at the library. And I see some things are not exactly working here on the StreamYard. See, my background is supposed to be a little bit different, but that is okay. Um, so yeah, we're doing some reconstruction here at the library, but we're just gonna power through it. So as we're going through the library, first of all, as usual, we just want to thank our sponsors. So as we're going through our library, I just want to thank our sponsors. So here at the library, first of all, let's thank our sponsors. This episode of Levon's Library will be thanked by our sponsors of Backstabbers. The Backstabbers of our library. I have the eyes in the first in front of my head and in the back of my head, and that's who our sponsors are being thanked by. Period. End of story. Moving on, we are talking about Black Adam today.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Black Adam?
I have.
And what do you think about it?
I thought it was really the best work that DC has done in a while.
Have you seen any DC movies before?
I have, but like I'm not like a big DC fan. Like I am of the comics, but I don't think the movies have been there. Like I tried to watch Batman, but I didn't like Ben Affleck. Then I tried to watch Superman, but Henry Cavill, like he's good looking, but the storyline to me just wasn't there.
Okay. So for anyone who has not seen Black Adam, let us begin by playing a Black Adam preview. Because on this channel, we love playing previews. So before we even talk about previews, or even movies, let's just play a preview. So hold on 1 second and let's play a preview. And we'll talk about it as we play the damn preview. In case anybody has not seen the damn movie and doesn't know who the hell Black Adam is. So we'll just play a preview of Black Adam and who the hell he is. So Black Adam is a DC superhero, basically anti-hero. So he's basically as powerful as Superman. But before I explain him, let's just take a look at the movie of him. He's played by The Rock. But let's take a look of the preview and then we'll discuss. Let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
Oh shit, you can't hear it. Hold on. Okay. There we go.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. Will not do that.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
Amanda Waller, baby.
I didn't bring a passport.
You don't need passports. We're the Justice Society. Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about these 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go.
Okay. Look at that.
I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice.
No, he did
You
not.
came to exact revenge.
I never said I was a hero. You believe you are not worthy, but fate does not make mistakes. You have 2 paths. You can be the destroyer of this world,
What?
or you can be its savior.
Baby! 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 All right now. Black Adam, baby. That is Black Adam. That is the blackest of the.
LaVon, what happened? Oh, hi, future. So that was Black Adam. I don't know where LaVon go, but we'll get into it. It is a DC comic, and like I liked the trailer. Oh, okay.
I'm back. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just talking because you weren't here.
I'm new to StreamYard. Yeah, go on.
I said I liked the Black Adam one because it was a very good trailer. It got you excited. It was great how it was. Okay, the city is supposed to be modern day Egypt, right?
I believe it was a country that is made up. Correct.
Okay, because I was like, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in the Middle East.
Yes.
Middle East, North Africa.
Correct. And yes, I think that's what they were going for.
Okay, well, how do you want to start it? Do you want to start it on comics? Do you want to start it on cast? Do you want to start it on themes?
All the stuff. So this one, okay, so here it goes. This one, gosh, I'm new to StreamYard, y'all. So here we go. This one, The Rock. This one, The Rock. Basically, here we go. So this one, The Rock, started off, he basically took over and saved the DC universe. Y'all been sleeping on the DC universe for years. I have been a huge advocate for DC for years. I have been a main fan for DC for years, and everybody has been saying Marvel, 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 Marvel. I love Marvel, but DC is also amazing. What I have been saying is that Marvel has amazing characters. However, their storylines may not be as well. DC, however, has kind of lackluster characters, but they storylines, baby. DC storylines are amazing. And this is a perfect example. The Rock has taken over the DC universe. And for those of you who don't know, The Rock is in the main control of the DC universe from now on. In other words, The Rock, Black Adam, is going to be the new Thanos of the DC universe. So the next couple movies is going to be The Rock against everybody. Spoiler alert, it's going to be The Rock against everybody. It's going to be him against Wonder Woman, everybody. Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, everybody. He has taken up the mantle. So it's going to be The Rock against everybody. And it's because of him that Superman is back.
But do you think? See, that's a problem though. I have. I think Henry Cavill should have lost his job.
No. Why? He was amazing as Superman.
Because he has too much stuff on his name in the press. He's another Ezra Miller.
No, he is not.
Yes, he is. He be dating young girls, and I mean almost legal. Yeah, no.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was dating the girl he was dating before his current girlfriend was like 18 or 19. Like, you're almost 40.
Oh, I thought he was married. I didn't know that.
No, and then he's dating this girl who's sitting here wearing blackface and things like that.
What?
Yeah.
I ain't heard nothing about that girl.
Yeah, he got a little because that's why he was.
Said, oop.
Yeah, that's why he was fired from The Witcher. He was fired from The Witcher on Netflix.
No. Was he fired from The Witcher, or I heard he quit The Witcher for creative reasons?
Why does he keep quitting for creative reasons? He quit Superman. He needs his bills paid.
No, he didn't quit Superman. He's back.
But he quit.
Superman.
He quit.
He did quit Superman, but now he's back.
Because his bills need to pay paid. If you want to keep quitting.
But he's back to being Superman, which I'm happy about.
But why is he given the option to listen? And I don't mean to throw shade.
Throw your shade, girl.
You are not the type of actor who can be quitting because of creative differences. That's not you. If Viola Davis does that, okay. If Meryl Streep does that, okay. Hell, even a Denzel Washington. But you, sir, are not the one for creative differences. You are. The only reason why you're a celebrity is because you look good on film. Your acting is subpar. You play the same role all the time. No depth, nothing. So when you sit here and say creative differences, like you some thespian, like you out here on Broadway in Othello, like you sitting here doing things like To Kill a Mockingbird, calm yourself down. Stay in your lane.
Superman.
Like, I just don't think he's that actor. That excuse is for thespians. That's not you, best boo.
Turia says, exactly. He been robbing the cradle since he been.
Yeah, it's been a lot of young girls. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not. I've never heard that before. Okay. I like The Rock. I think they're both very talented.
The Rock too. This is probably one of his best movies too, if we're gonna be honest. I didn't think he could carry it, but it had enough storyline. It wasn't too deep, you know. Like, he couldn't have pulled off something like Black Panther. He's just not that type of actor. But he did very well for this type of movie, because a lot of people didn't know Black Adam. There's not, like, you know, there's not a lot of action.
Nobody knew Black Adam.
Yeah.
Black Adam is not a very, in the comics, Black Adam is very cold. Let me remove this. Black Adam in the comics is a very cold and calculated character, which The Rock brought that. I mean, let's look at The Rock. The Rock comes from wrestling. You know, it doesn't call for an actor who needs to pull from anything. You know, it doesn't need a depth. This doesn't need a long history of pulling from, you know, any kind of like long treatment.
Did you see
a perfect character for him?
Did
Perfect
you see the
character.
movie The Secret Life of Superhero Pets? It was like an animation film.
Baby, I didn't need to watch that. It
Okay,
was
well, it came out in the summer, and of course, because I like going to the movies, I saw it, and then I was like, huh. It was The Rock. Like, he does really well with movies that are lighthearted. I call them
Right.
Hallmark movies, but
Yeah.
you know, like,
How do you subscribe to a Bobby channel? Subscribe to her. Go on, Bobby.
but yeah, I mean,
Ava.
so let me start off. Okay.
Yeah.
What I liked about the film was they used Middle Eastern actors. First thing I liked. I liked that it was a different ranges of, though I do think they could have gone darker. It was a lot darker for what I was expecting, because you know they love doing something in the Middle East and everybody looks whiter than white. They look like we're in Finland. So I'm glad that they had color to them.
Not much though.
But they looked North African or Moroccan or Kuwait.
Let's be honest. No one was darker than me or you in the movie.
Right, but people
No
who are
one was
darker,
darker than me
but
or
let's be honest. When you go around the world, it's very hard to find people like darker than me and you on their billboards and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, he wasn't going to be Midnight Adam.
But when you go to people in these countries, they are darker than me and you.
They
But
are,
no one
but
in that movie was darker than me or you. And that's just speaking honestly.
that was nobody was darker than us.
No,
That's a lie. That's a lie. The one character is dark. The guy, he's dark skinned. The one with the falcon thing.
Correct. And I loved him. Captain Falcon. He was fierce. But the thing about Captain Falcon, though, back to the movie. Talking on him. So Captain Falcon, how did you feel about that character?
I really did like that character.
Did you feel like he was sexy and getting it down? Like, what do you think about it? What was it? As somebody who was not a comic book fan, what do you think about Captain Falcon? Just my opinion.
Well, I know the actor, so for me, I know he's a really good actor because I've seen him in a lot of different things. He's one of those actors, like, I don't know his name, but I've seen him in a lot of stuff. And for me, this is the most appealing he's been to me in any role. Now, I'm not gonna say, but I'm gonna say he looked good for him.
Did he give it to you as a superhero? Like when he was like, bah! Like, did he give
I
it
liked
to you?
his physique
Like,
because I liked his physique because it's very hard because The Rock is so massive for anybody to look, muscular around him.
Okay. So, okay. I'll give it to you. His character was not as powerful as The Rock, or as.
I didn't like the one who was really big. I thought he was annoying.
Who?
The Atom. You know how they had the superhero and they had the girl who was doing like the wind, and then they got the guy who got really big, and he was.
Yeah.
I didn't care for his character.
Well, his character was a joke. So those minor characters were never really supposed to be.
But I did like Pierce. It's been a long time. Like, I think the last time I saw him was in 007. And it was really nice. I didn't realize he was so old. Not trying to age shame. But I was like, you in the senior citizen,
Absolutely. So as somebody who never liked I'm not going to speak for you. Are you into superhero movies, or how long have you seen superhero movies? DC?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, tell me.
I saw the first Iron Man. I was bored to death.
Iron Man is not the same as DC, so that's Marvel. I'm talking about.
But
DC.
I'm saying that was my first real superhero movie going to. And then I went to Avengers. That got me into Marvel, but now I'm kind of out of Marvel because I think like they've been coasting on the Avengers and not really giving us a good movie. So for DC, this was like perfect timing because I loved the effects of Aquaman. I didn't think the storyline was there though.
So for DC,
Mhm.
because DC and Marvel are different,
I know,
and
but
they're going different storylines. So what DC is doing that is different from Marvel is that DC, because DC has been failing, and what DC is doing that is different from Marvel, which is what I kind of like, is that DC is going definitely very darker.
no, I
And
like that.
me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Should I get rid of this background? Because my arms are like, look at this.
I mean, DC. I think DC really hit their first hit was Suicide Squad. Like that Harley Quinn was iconic.
They're going darker, and I appreciate that because it's more for the adults, like me and you. I don't
Right.
like
Like
the
I
little
think
kids
Marvel
shit.
is too kid friendly. Like I get
Yeah,
kids are supposed to watch it, but there are and then I think Marvel has a hard time doing like dark.
and in the comics, it's very dark. In the comics, it's very dark, but they're shying away from it, and they're not enjoying it, or I'm not enjoying it.
But I do think that DC, I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good storyline. I think the best casting was The Rock. He did very well. I was surprised. The Son, that was a very good casting.
Whose son?
The Rock's son, Black Adam,
Okay.
and then the main character's son, her
Oh,
son. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. He was
And I
never in the
think
comic.
yeah, but you have to take creative liberties.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't do. I also like the cinematography, and I think really like how they did the apartment and how they did like around like because like the Middle East, you don't really see the poor side. You only see the Dubai and the rich. It was very nice to see where the common folks live, what it's like to be under rulership. I'm guessing it was a little futuristic, but I liked the aspect of it, like being a little bit more futuristic. It looks like it was 25
Right.
years in the future. I like that.
Well, what this movie what was criticized about was, it was being a little bit too woke, and they were saying that, they were talking a little bit too much, like this country was too, this movie was talking about a lot of where colored people, and no one's,
All right, let's get into that.
get
Y'all
into
need
it.
to get over this about having a storyline and we not bring up what's happened in the world. I think we're at a point now where we don't need to not tell the truth because it hurts your feelings. There are warships and there are people who are going through this. And if you're going to talk about the Middle East, you have to talk about how many people have gone there trying to get their natural resources. This could be Iran, this could be Iraq. This is what's been going on
Could be
in the Middle
anywhere.
East for the last 25 years. No, like 30 years. This has been since the Persian Gulf War. They've had war after war after war after war. And you're going to make a movie and not talk about being occupied in war? It just doesn't make sense.
And this is what the movie was about, because Black Adam showed up there, but they were saying, well, why is Superman not here? He's only in Metropolis. Batman is only in Gotham, but who's in these other countries? No one's there. Black Adam is there. So I'm happy that there are other superheroes that are showing up in these other areas. And I'm very interested to see where they're going to go in these movies. So, like I said, it's going to be very, very fun to see where they're going with this. The Rock, this
So
big.
I do think DC needs to, even though I like where they're going with this, I think that Ezra Miller should have been fired and they should have done the Flash again and took that out. And whoever is in PR in DC really needs to check their actors. Like somebody needs to call Henry Cavill and say, listen, it's time to date girls 25 and up. If we find you with another 18-year-old, we're taking everything with you. Ezra Miller needs to be chained to the wall. And when he is doing interviews, he needs 2 bodyguards ready to shoot. Ready to ready to get it down. Because this bad press can ruin really good movies.
Abavi, I don't know if I told you, but they pretty much are fired. Yeah, I don't know what the next steps are, but they pretty much are fired in
But
the
they
next.
can't. They just finished his
They are.
movie, and the movie
Yeah,
was 200 million.
yeah, but then the next going forward, they pretty much, as far as I know, or as far as going forward, they pretty much are fired, and that goes along kind of what the Flash universe, because with the comics they have a whole Flash universe, which kind of copies Marvel with the whole multiple universes, like everything going on. There's multiple universes, multiple people, whatever, whatever. That kind of goes along with the whole whatever. So that's what DC is going to be doing now. So because of what Ezra Miller did, as far as I heard and what's going on, Ezra Miller is going to be replaced. So they will. I mean, Ezra Miller will no longer be the Flash, as far as I heard.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to Aquaman. They
Yeah.
do not need to make. You know what? People will hate me for this. Stop making Wonder Woman films. It's
I know she's
unnecessary.
back. She's back. But go on.
It's unnecessary. We don't like her. We don't stand for her. Listen, I'm
Hey,
sick of
Sam.
women who can't act being in movies. Gal Gadot is boring. Like she whispers on the screen, which drives me nuts because I gotta always put it up. Then her acting is subpar. I have yet to see her in something and go, huh, this would be so much better if she just shuts her mouth.
So you think she's just a model and not an
Yeah,
actress?
she's a model. Like, for instance, Sierra's a model. We don't want to hear no shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
I mean, I loved her. Let me see you one two step.
Another one, y'all gonna hate me. It's time for Rihanna to just sell makeup.
You know,
I am so scared of the Super Bowl because y'all girl cannot sing alive. God,
give her a chance. Let's see it. No.
no.
Mm.
I've tried with Rihanna. I really have tried to like her live. Like Fendi is cute, and I'm happy for her because the music ain't it. Rihanna is somebody who we get the jukebox out, feel like we're young, sing with our friends, but we don't go to concerts. Nope.
Well, she's been along for a long time. Let's hopefully she brings her ass back.
But I think like she should go out in a high. Like she shouldn't look like Madonna, who looks crazy right now. She should go out on a high.
Speaking of, no more Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Reviews done with Black Adam. So let me change my stuff. So any more last words you guys say about Black Adam?
I think
So okay, my review on Black Adam, I would say I loved it. So I would let me remove this comment. I
Hi,
would
Marva.
give hi, Marva, thank you so much. And Marva, please contact me. I want to send you some stuff. Marva, thank you for always coming to my chat. I want to send you some stuff, so contact me. But yes, Black Adam, I would give Black Adam, honestly, from DC, one of the best DC movies. Please, guys, do not sleep on Black Adam. One of the best DC movies in a while. So go see Black Adam. Definitely, before we move on from Black Adam, because we're gonna move on. After I say this, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. My only criticism out of it would be, I would say, The Rock, who owns it, because now The Rock owns the whole DC universe, and he's going to be making himself the Thanos out of no. So it's going to be him versus everybody else. He's making himself the Thanos. He's going to be sucking his own whatever. So I give it a 4.5. Ablavi, what's your rating before we move on from?
I think it was pretty good. I think it's a solid 4. I think it's a
Four?
solid 4.
Okay.
I think it's a cute film. It's easy. It's peasy. And you can move on.
And that's somebody who never watched, or I'm not speaking for your words. Somebody who's not really. Are you? Would you consider yourself a superhero person or no?
No, I like Dibble and like I like it. Okay. We can go that. I have a side note before we get into the mess because I just want to be petty. But
Yeah.
so before we not a Black Adam. So if you're like me, you know, I like to watch who's up and coming, who's coming out new, what new stuff is out. And this is my problem with Gal Gadot, since we've talked about her. Why is she playing Cleopatra? I realized Cleopatra was white. I realized she was white and Persian. I realized that. But Gal Gadot is Israeli. Who in the hell was doing the roles and said, "Oh, let's put her"? That's crazy. The girl is Cleopatra is Iranian and Greek, and they put an Israeli actress.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to be a hater. Again, I really do apologize for people who don't like hate. Gal Gadot is nothing special. She's not an ugly girl by any means, but they gas her up like you don't see her at the soccer field as one of the moms. And I'm just confused.
She's very beautiful. But anyone has a problem, you know, here's my thing. When it comes to, because there's been plenty of race. Did I place the link in? First of all, let me just do some maintenance. Did I place the link in the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So anyone who wants to join the conversation can easily join it. So when it comes to, so now we moved on from Black Adam.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, maybe I should change my background because I'm kind of getting scared of all these white people behind me. It's kind of making me nervous. I'm like looking behind me. I'm like,
race does not matter in fiction. Race absolutely matters in historical movies. If it's fiction, I don't really care. Historical, listen, they would never put somebody for the Holocaust, somebody who is Muslim. So I need them to, they would never put like a Jewish actor who's playing somebody who's like Anne Frank would never be played by a Muslim actress. So I need them to get it together and really understand how to do.
Oh, Blobby, here we go now. I'm gonna challenge you on that. Comic wise, you know Magneto? Do you know who that is?
No.
So Magneto, do you know the X-Men?
Oh yeah.
So Magneto was you know,
a Holocaust survivor.
Correct. They're planning, or allegedly they were planning on replacing him with a black actor. How do you feel about that?
Okay, first of all, and I really need people to understand their history. Although there were 5 million people, Jewish people, who died in the Holocaust, first of all, you can be Jewish and not be white. You can be a Holocaust survivor of Jewish descent and not be white. And he looks like Arab Jewish people. He doesn't look like Ashkenazi. So, yeah.
So you would be okay with them playing, with them replacing Magneto with a black character?
Well, technically, if the character is Jewish, listen. First of all, let's stop this right here.
Yeah, be honest.
The character is based on Malcolm X, who was a black person. So,
very true.
So it depends on how we're looking at it, because it's the same thing with the. It's the same thing with The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's Tale is basically Harriet Tubman. So I have a problem when they have this thing, because nobody complains about The Handmaid's Tale and how June is playing Harriet Tubman. And and how she's leading the Underground Railroad. So like I have this pick and choose thing. Personally speaking, it doesn't bother me, but at the end of the day, we have been seeing white people play every role
Yes, we
for
have.
hundreds of years.
We have.
Now, if they would like to play slaves and they would like to do a reverse slavery thing, I'm fine with it. If they want to play slaves and they want to do a theatrical of slavery where the slaves were white and the slave masters was black, I would thoroughly enjoy that because I wouldn't see it as fiction.
Scarlett Johansson claims she can play every fucking role. She tried to play a trans woman. She tried to play an Asian woman. She tried to play everything under the name, you know.
All right, but here's the problem with that, right? And me and my friend get into this. If culturally you tell people white is better, you cannot be mad when white people think they can play you.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean, particularly in Asia, they
Exactly, Tori. Exactly. You're right, Tori.
gay
You're right.
people died in the Holocaust.
And
It
gay
wasn't
people
just
as well.
Jewish.
Exactly.
It wasn't just Jewish. So, like, even though people see Holocaust survivors just as Jewish, there's a lot into it. So, for instance, when she played, like, for instance, people get mad at me when I say this.
Comment
But
on there because I have something to say about that. But go on, Bobby. Ava.
we got to start being real, right? There are certain roles, like, for instance, Spider-Man is never going to be played. It's in the contract with Sony. Spider-Man will always be played by a white male.
Because there's also another black Spider-Man. So why would it need
No, that was before the black one. When Sony made Spider-Man, it said it will always be played because I always thought Spider-Man could have been Jewish, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
He could have been Jewish, he could have been Italian, but he's always going to be played and he's going to be white male. And I'm fine with it. There's a lot of characters like that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The problem I have is I would be the problem I have with it is it's a cultural difference, right? So for instance, with Scarlett Johansson, right? And how she played the Asian woman. In America, at least.
Trans woman. She tried to. But
a trans woman too.
She tried
trans
to.
Don't,
Yes,
trans don't make up they don't make up a lot of the population, right? They're a very small population. And typically her audience would have been in the gay community because people who are not gay typically won't see the film. So that was a bad decision. Mm-hmm. However, when she played the Asian character, they went to Asia and said, they like our features. So why not just put a white woman with those features? That's why you have to watch out when you put whiteness on a pedestal. Because when you put whiteness on a pedestal, when you say whiteness is better, they're going to show just whiteness.
That's fair.
Same thing with the Latin community. One of my friends was getting mad at me because she says there are not enough Hispanic actresses and actors. I say, if you keep telling people you're white, what's the difference between a white American playing you and you if y'all are both white?
Why would you say that?
Because if you identify, right? If you say my race is white, my culture is Hispanic. Culture is something they can show with eat food and things like that. They're not going to put, and they're going to go and see what your media puts. And if they see your media is only putting white people, they're not going to go and put somebody darker skin. Let's think about it. The only race who you see darker skinned people is the black one. Every race has darker skinned people. Every culture, every ethnicity, every nationality has darker skinned people, but you don't see them because they put in their media white. If you go to China, you'll find the whitest Chinese. They're whiter than white.
Very fair.
If you go to Mexico, most of the entertainers are from Spain, all throughout Latin America. You can't show whiteness, and even the Latinos who you show in America they have very European centric looks, right? Eva Longoria, Sophia Regard, Salma Hayek. They have very European looks.
They do.
They have very, I would say, Mediterranean. Dark hair. They look very Mediterranean, either North African or Southern European. So you can't say that's the look we want to go for and get mad when they choose an Italian woman to play you.
So what do you think about what that's to say about society in general?
Let me see.
Do you think that society
It's a cultural
in general
issue
is
first.
just- yeah, okay.
It's a culture. You have to get your culture to get checked first. Then you can go around the world. Right? Because like for even me as a black woman, I can't get mad that biracials are playing black women if y'all keep saying biracials are black women. If you want to see darker skinned women, you have to go on having darker skinned women, and when darker skinned women play a role, propping them up.
Okay. Well, that's what's been going on.
But we understood the assignment and we've been doing it, and you've been seeing darker skinned people.
Well, let's see what Miss Tori Williams has to say. Let me put this comment. People do not realize that the amount of black women that died. Yeah, I mean, not only that, but black people as well.
Not just black,
not
gay.
black people, I'm sorry, but gay people as well.
No, they don't realize that because they took a lot of the Jewish community, because the Jewish community is only 14 million people.
But gay people as well. There were experiments that were done on gay men as well that were like I don't know if I can even say this on YouTube, but like experiments done with like, can I say this word? But like I would say sexual toys with barbs and whatever. But let's move on from that topic and go on to the next one. So, new topic. Poor. Yeah. On from that. Next topic. Poor. This one. Black Adam was amazing.
Aaron Carter?
Yes. This one. How do I go? This one. What do you think about him? And what happened, girl?
Let me tell you something.
What do you think
This
about
is
that?
this is gonna be an unpopular opinion.
How about that poor little baby? How do I sway?
I have a problem with the bullshit advocacy. Y'all didn't give a shit about this man when he was alive. Let's stop the bullshit when he's dead. No, let's get it there. He was, and this is horrible to say, but y'all were waiting for him to be done, just like y'all waiting for Kanye West. Y'all don't care that he died.
I do.
Y'all don't.
I do.
You do. I feel like this. He had his addiction. Listen, he was a pass around as a child, and for Hollywood and they're disgusting. Listen, I'm not saying this to be mean. You could tell that was what it is. A pass around for these horrible people in Hollywood. He couldn't get over being sexually abused.
You think he was a pass around?
Absolutely. They love those little white boys with blonde hair. And he psychologically couldn't get over being sexually abused by all these men, and what that must do to him in terms of his own personal identity, in terms of what that meant for him, like with other, like it must be hard because you don't know if you're straight, if you're gay, if you're bi, and I think psychologically he just couldn't get past all the sexual abuse, because I believe his parents took him like a dinner feast because they're so horrible.
Yes, dinner feast.
Yes, a dinner feast to all these old men in Hollywood, and he couldn't take it, and he needed therapy and needed to be away from it, and so he just
Welcome,
succumb
House of
to
Inspiration. Sorry, Bobby. I need to stop cutting you off, lady.
just succumb to all of the liquor, the drugs to cope as a coping mechanism. And he just didn't want to feel like garbage. So he took his own life, and may he rest in peace. But I think we really, if we're going to have a conversation about this, we need to start having Hollywood and holding them accountable about their sexual assault and predatory behavior with children.
Let's have a conversation right the F now. You thought he was you called him a dinner piece?
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
I think the same thing is happening with Justin Bieber. I think that's why he does so many drugs. I think it happened to Lindsay Lohan. I think it happens to all of them. I think certain kids are able to compartmentalize it better than others. I think this happened to Selena Gomez. I think this happened to Demi Lovato. They all are doing too many drugs just for this to be this for Hollywood children to die of drug addict things at the rate they do. They doing something to those children sexually.
I agree. And House of Inspiration, I would love if you would hit the link and call in. I don't know if I would call him a dinner piece, but I know of people who are dinner pieces. I wouldn't name any names.
You gotta remember him at his peak.
No, but girl,
at his peak.
We speak behind the scenes, and we know people who I have named who are dinner pieces because we speak behind the scenes.
But I know that. But remember, he was a child when he was like 8 or 9. He was very young when he came out.
Right, but girl, we speak behind the scenes. So there's people who I've named because we speak behind the scenes. There's people who I've named who are dinner pieces behind the scenes. I'm not sure if he was or not, but now that you say that, maybe he might have been. And
I think he was, and I think
that scares me.
No, I think so, and I think his parents didn't care because he was making them all this money. They stole his money because they wanted to live like I find the most disgusting thing a parent can do is being a show parent. I can't stand these kids having television shows. I can't stand these children being on reality television. I can't stand these kids doing commercials. I can't stand these kids being on Broadway plays. If you want to be nefarious, fine. Because I believe you can't stop people in their nefarious and despicable ways. But stop harming children because you're sick and depraved. And I also think people should stop putting their children on TikTok and YouTube because I'm sure they're doing something with those children too.
They're getting paid off it.
But that's the thing. Why, as a parent, are you see? And this is the thing. Like, parenting doesn't take a class. Why are you at the point in life where you have to expose your child to the world instead of giving up on your ass and sitting here and working harder? A child should not be working as a baby because you can't get up off your ass to work. You shouldn't be adopting children for contact. You shouldn't be having your children, doing all these things.
Right now, we're talking about Aaron Carter, but we're going to talk about the entire celebrity. Okay, we're talking about celebrity culture in general. Wu Chao, in case you're confused. For example, since Wu Chao just act. Oh, let me pull. It's one thing to be a child actor, and to have your parents as a manager. You should be able to have exactly, and yeah, exactly. So let me just play this clip, okay? So people are now since Aaron Carter. I mean, but before I play this clip, I've been feeling for years because I loved Aaron Carter for a little bit. Not that I had a crush on him. but I loved his little song. I want candy. Mm, 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 mm. I kind of loved that song as a little kid. Like I was part of the generation, so I was like, I want candy, and like I did love that song. So when I heard that happened, the death,
Mhm.
I felt like I kind of in my heart, I always sort of kind of I feel like I hate to say it, but I kind of I hate to say it, and I'm gonna bring my little Vulpix fox in my face. But I kind of felt like it was one of these superstar rock star deaths that I felt like kind of knew it. It felt like it was one of those deaths that I knew was coming. And I hate to say that, like it didn't seem it was unfortunate. And I was watching it, um, and it seemed like it was he was on a road that was unfortunate. And I made this YouTube live because there are other rock stars. Yeah, it's Wucha said it was inevitable. I was watching his live. There was he was having drama. It was sad. I really hate to say it in my heart, but he was having drama with his baby mamas, and it was like a rock slide of drama where I was like, what is going on with him? Like he's fighting with his baby's mamas, and he's trying to fight people, and it was just looking. And I tried to pull up uh clips to play on this live tonight, but they were all pulled down because unfortunately, he just ended his life. So I was trying to pull up lives tonight that I want to play tonight, but they were all pulled down. So I wanted to bring up significant proof or video proof of the points talking about that on
Mhm.
YouTube, but they were all pulled down tonight, or pulled down, or the points I wanted to prove tonight, they were all pulled down. But basically, he was having a lot of baby drama, mama drama, where to the Pacific Nights before he ended his, maybe allegedly ended his life, the day before, she literally said to him, I think you are going to die the 24 hours before he died. She said that to him, and then he died. That's how serious it was. And I think that people need to take that more seriously. So moving on from that, we will go on to another because I think that's very serious. So let's look at another celebrity. Yeah, my heart hurts for him. Hey, House. Yeah, my heart hurts for him. So let's look at other celebrities because of what happened to him. People are looking at other celebrities. And the next celebrity that we're looking at, I'm not gonna play the whole clip, but because of what happened to him, um, we're looking at this bitch. We're looking at this bitch. Okay. Let me pull down these clips. Okay, now why is my StreamYard so weird? I want my library to be posted around me, but now like it's just like I have these people around me, and I don't trust these white bitches behind my back. But okay, so now okay, I'm just gonna play the next clip. I literally don't want these white bitches behind my back. But okay, um, so now let's play the next clip. We had Jessica Simpson. So now people are concerned about this. And Ablavi, I want your opinion about her. Do you know
Mhm.
just do you know Jessica Simpson?
I know her very well.
Okay, so now she posted this and then deleted it. I'm not gonna play the whole clip because she deleted this. But look at the few seconds of what you think about this.
You gotta play the okay.
Yeah, I just did that. Okay.
Look in the mirror, straight in my eyes, tell myself I'm not broken. Just
She's a lot skinnier than what she was.
Jessica Simpson has something to say to all of the haters. Well, something to sing to all of the haters.
Even on the down days, I'm still
She looking a little weird.
'cause I know that I'm good enough.
I just learned
And
so
maybe
many
she's
tools
her
through
weight gain
therapy
and
after sobriety.
weight
It was so
gain, weight
enlightening. It was
loss.
like, okay, let's break this down and see how I
She's
can
gone.
grow from this,
Maybe
how
shut
I
up.
can protect my children from this, how I can inspire others to make this leap of faith.
I am more than these demons holding me down. It's a love song, party of one. God knows it's bad for my health.
On Sunday, Jess posted a clip to Instagram singing her 2020 track Party of One in a candle-filled room, explaining in the caption that she needed the therapeutic jam sesh to heal. Adding that as much as she's learned to block out destructive noise, people's comments still hurt deeply.
Hi, I'm Jessica Simpson, and welcome
Whoa.
to my daughter Birdie's room.
Whoa!
The emotional moment comes after Jess was featured in a branded clip showcasing her daughter's
that's
bedroom makeover.
That's all I wanted to play. Okay, so 1 second, like you can see. Let me remove that. So I just wanted to show you that. So in 1 second, in a few weeks, she's full face, and then the next, she's not.
Okay, this is again another thing with being a hold on. Oh, this is a little bright.
Fans are worried. Should we be worried? That looks a little bit weird. 1 second, she's a full-faced woman. The next, she's skinny and looking a little.
Well, that's not a week. That's a few months. You're looking like that.
I don't want to be body shaming anybody, but like
She looks like she's on the stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to body shame anybody, and I want to respect.
It's not that she's skinny. It's that like if she's not on the stuff, she could be going through anorexia.
There you go.
But I don't know. Okay, I want to say this.
We don't gotta say it. Wucha said it.
This is the problem with Jessica Simpson, and this is why I tell people that being beautiful isn't enough. Jessica Simpson got her fame from just being a pretty woman. Yeah. And much like most pretty women, there's an age. Now, the age is different from everybody else. Depends. Some people it's 30, some people it's 40, some people it's 50. There becomes an age where you being a pretty woman isn't enough. You just being pretty isn't enough. People want to know your opinion. People want to know what you do. Jessica always made money being the dumb blonde, right? She made a ton of money. She married Nick, made a ton of money, was that girl. She then divorces Nick. They were together for 4 years. They did this surreal life. She made a lot of money. She became the it girl. But she kind of moved too quickly. She was like, I guess, the original Priyanka. She thought of herself a lot bigger than she was. And, she had a few hits. She started dating high-class, high-power men, but they were just stringing her along. She gained a little weight. Remember when she was a size 6 and they made such a big deal about it? I thought she looked great. But they tore down her self-esteem. So then she went on a crash diet to be a bone. Then she had 3 kids and she gained a lot of weight. Her father brought his male artist to her wedding after he divorced her mother. They say he's one of the kids. But she has always had a codependency issue, and she's always had I've always thought she's been on drugs, even when she was on the Simple Life.
Really?
I've always something about her just didn't seem just like a genuine bubbly. I always thought like maybe she, bumped a line, but she always to me looked like she was doing something.
Well, okay, so I just pulled up. Hey, Vicky Black, welcome to the show. I wasn't planning on playing this, but I just pulled up her being drunk on the Ellen show. You want to play that or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just pulled this up. I wasn't planning on playing this, but hey, let's play her being drunk on the Ellen show. Let's add this shit to the stream. Or why not? Okay. Her being drunk on the Ellen show. Because I did hear about this years ago, but apparently this is why she was banned from the Ellen show. Because I did hear about this drama, but I didn't know. I heard about this drama, and apparently this is why she was banned from the Ellen show, and why her and Ellen don't get along no more. And she wrote about this in her biography. I wasn't planning on playing this, but this is why her and Ellen don't get along no more. But she said, this is why, she was drunk during this live taping.
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, she's pregnant? Oh, she's pregnant and drunk.
I have 2 beautiful children.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm not having
That's it.
third.
Are you sure you're not pregnant? I heard that
Yes.
you were pregnant.
Oh gosh, no.
You're not
We
pregnant.
got an IUD. Is nothing gonna get in that uterus. It has this presence of
Oh
like,
shit. Damn.
just go underground and see what comes.
That is
What
awkward.
happens?
So you're expanding, right? What are you going to do
Shit,
now?
that is
Always
awkward.
expanding. There's nothing out of reach.
So you're going to, there's nothing you'd say no to.
silicone tails.
So that's like a service. You can call and get
there they are
delivered
They
to the
have to
house.
be carried away. They had to be carried if they had to pee,
Right.
Because they can't pee on my children.
They were women.
Pick them up and carry them.
Wow.
It's a business.
You started out as a singer. How long has it been since you've done music?
No,
I shouldn't ask.
7 years now.
7 years. And
Well, coming on 7 years.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, 7. Oh, it's a long time.
I shouldn't ask you numbers.
I know.
Why do I even
But it's
ask you?
like 8, 7, 6. I don't know.
Over 10 years later,
Wow.
it is a billion, a little over 10, right?
Feels long.
Yeah.
Longer than that.
Well, we know you're not good with numbers because you don't even know how long you've
Damn.
been married. Right?
I was like algebra 1A,
Right,
1B,
but-
then I got to algebra. Never.
But somehow you have $1 billion business. All right.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it is awesome.
It can happen for anybody.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever had a 7-year relationship
So,
other than with a woman, but no, not that kind. Not
Wow.
No, I mean my besties that understand me, but 7 years.
so
Yeah.
I think 7 years.
7 years.
Good
Okay.
year.
Ellen was pissed about this performance.
I'm not touching that.
Apparently, yeah.
So, and what do y'all like
She
to
was
do
drunk.
together?
What do we like to do? He kind of likes TV shows, but then he snores through them.
Ellen was pissed.
I guess I like that.
Wouldn't you be pissed?
This is awkward. Yeah, it's my professional for fucking shit. Daytime TV. This is awkward as
I
fuck.
love our kids.
Look at her face.
And we really
Wow.
I like to get a back massage every night. He does since I was pregnant.
Wow.
Hands down, even if
Yeah, I'll be pissed
things
too.
aren't going great.
Look at her.
and he's
She's obviously
still snoring,
drunk.
Somehow he knows how to massage my back.
He massages you while he's sleeping?
It's a very awesome talent. Maybe I'm just impressed by him.
Yeah. No, but seriously, how can he massage you when he's asleep?
I don't know. He's got his hands somehow find me.
He's not asleep. All right. We're gonna
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so Ellen was obviously pissed.
Jessica
Okay,
Simpson
let me
is
end. Oh,
singing
so,
again.
shit. So yeah, so Ellen was obviously pissed, and people don't like Ellen, but I understand her for being pissed during that. It's her professional show, and like, bitch, you show up and you act like that, girl. Wucha says, I don't understand why she just didn't cut it and shut it down. Well, because it was live, Wucha. It was live. That's why. It was live. It was live, and you have a Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson ain't no like reality TV. It's not like a random ass bitch. Jessica Simpson was like a celebrity at that time. She was like
That's
an
not. I
A-list.
thought
Yeah,
I
she
thought
was an
Ellen is
A-list at that
taped.
time. She was an A-list at that time. It wasn't like a random. She was like a, I guess, a B-list Britney Spears at that time. You know, she wasn't like a reality TV bitch at the time. Jessica Simpson was like a good girl at that time. You know, so you would have her there trying to be good.
No, she was I think she was on NBC. I'm not sure.
Who?
Jessica Simpson. I remember she had a show
We all
called. It was something with fashion, and it had Nicole Richie in it.
No, you're thinking of Paris Hilton.
No, it was definitely on NBC.
Okay.
It was a show with her and Nicole Simpson, and it was like finding the next designer.
Oh, I didn't know that. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna make me Google it.
Google it. Yeah, we can play it. Google it.
Okay, let me see.
Because what's going on now is people are trying to figure out if we should be concerned about certain celebrities. Do you think we should be concerned about Jessica Simpson right now? Or no?
If you're her fan, I mean, listen. Yeah, it was called Fashion Star. It was between 2012 and 2013. It had 2 seasons. And it was hosted by Elle McPherson. It had Jessica Simpson, Nicole Richie, and John Varatos in the designing creations. And whoever won had their display in Caprice Willard, Macy's, Taryn B. Shafford's, Saks Fifth Avenue, and H&M.
Okay. I've never seen that.
So when was that interview?
With Jessica Simpson and Ellen?
Yeah.
Years ago.
No, but what year? Because this is when the show was in 2012. So I'm wondering if she was doing something for the show.
No, that was years ago.
2012 is 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. That was years ago.
But when was her Ellen thing?
I think it was in 2017, if I'm mistaken.
Oh, so she had no reason to be in Ellen.
Yeah, but I can be 100% mistaken. But let's bring it back to 2022. Okay. So forget those bitches. Forget those beautiful women, and bring it back to 2022. Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
I've been waiting to drag her. I've been waiting.
Okay, so
no. Madonna is
a YouTube clip that let me bring myself onto. I have searched a long time to find this. Hard to find. Look at this, y'all. And I've never. Oh gosh, look at this. Hard to find this. I'll play this and then we'll talk about it.
Is that Bob? Never did that before.
Anyways, what are you getting ready for? Where are you going? Is that Papa?
Whoa. Never did that before.
Anyways, what are you getting ready for? Where are you going? Is that Papa?
Whoa. Never did that before.
That's
Anyways, what are you
Poppers,
getting ready
baby.
for? Where are you going?
So if you are not part of the
Is
community,
that Papa?
Whoa. Never did that before.
Why
If-
was she doing poppers?
if you're not part of the community, see, listen,
Is that
y'all
Papa?
put if
Never did
y'all
that
don't
before.
know my
Anyways, what are you getting ready for? Where are you?
this video, had I searched hard and wide for this video, baby. This video, yo, okay, so I only have 4 people in this chat right now. So share, like, give me my props. Cause this video was deleted and whatever. And I've met Madonna, and I can give you some more tea on Madonna. I've met her more than once. I've met Madonna a few times, and I can give you a few tea on Madonna. She's an amazing woman in person. Paid me in cash. Let me remove this before I give some tea. Paid me in cash. She's an amazing woman, very nice, very beautiful. Paid me in cash. She's very beautiful, very nice, very cool. But then again, there is this video that was removed, and if you were not part of the gay community, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? I'll play it one more time. Okay, let me play it one more time. Here we go. Let me play it. If you don't know what this is, because okay, no. Look at this. Look at that.
Is that Papa?
Whoa. Never did that before.
Look at that.
Anyways, what are you getting ready
Look at
for?
that.
Where are you going?
This is removed. I had to search hard.
Is that Papa?
Whoa. Never did
Look at
that
that.
before.
Anyways, what are you getting ready for? Where are you going? Is that Papa?
Whoa.
So
Never did that before.
my video
Anyways, what are
might
you
get
getting ready
removed
for?
for
Where are you
this.
going?
So I might get striked for this.
Is that Papa?
Whoa.
So
did
yes,
that
I
before.
might get
Anyways, what are you getting
striked
ready for?
and
Where are you
removed
going?
for this. But I just did it because I don't give a fuck. I'm not paid for YouTube yet. I'm going to Comic-Con soon, and then we'll see what happens for Comic-Con. But I just decided to play that because I just wanted to play that. But so those of you who don't know what the fuck that was, Ablavi, do you know what that was?
Yeah, it's like a.
Okay.
Is it poppers an upper?
It is, baby.
It's an upper. Yeah. It makes you feel good. It's not really like.
Okay, so
Like the
what
hard one.
that is.
Yeah. It's not like one of the hard ones. It's like I always say it's like the Smarties of the drugs.
So
Wouldn't you call it that? Smarties of drugs?
what is Smarties?
Like the candy.
What is that?
It's like, hold on. It's like basically just it's just sugar.
Well, it's not sugar, baby.
No, but I'm saying like it's a high. Like if you eat Smarties, this is it.
Here we go. Wucha has it. Whippets. Wucha has it. Whippets. Wucha said it.
I don't know about that, Blobby. Yeah, I feel like it's
Wucha said it. It's Whippets.
but it's like a little smart. It's like a bow bow.
Wucha said it. It's Whippets. That's kind of disappointing. The queen does Whippets.
Of course she does.
No.
What else surprised about that?
No, the queen does Whippets.
Yeah.
No. What do you mean? Why am I surprised about that? That's saddening.
Madonna
Mm,
lived in New
that's
York
crazy.
in the 80s. What do you think she was doing when she was here?
Girl, have a Red Bull, and why are you doing whippets? That saddens me. Whippets.
Here you go with your dramaticness.
Girl. You know me for years. Girl, you know me for years. I'm always dramatic. I call you and I text you all the time at night. I'm always dramatic.
Listen,
You know
Madonna,
how
did you
dramatic I
see
am.
did you
Yes.
see that face? She's gonna start looking like the Catwoman suit. She looks ridiculous. That face is like I gotta stop being so petty.
No. I looked for a while for this, and it was deleted off everywhere. Like I couldn't even find Aaron Carter's shit. So this was deleted off everywhere, and if my channel is deleted or if this video is deleted, it's because of this. I had to find this shit off everywhere, but I heard about this shit and I found it, and I was like, I'm gonna post this. I couldn't find this shit off anywhere, but I knew about it, and I was like, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. This is what, and you know what? Hold on now. Ugh. If you can talk for like 30 seconds, Bobby,
Yeah, it's fine.
I can maybe find even some more bullshit behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, listen, Madonna is
Never mind.
listen.
Yeah.
Madonna is like really out of order with her old womaning. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being older. There's nothing wrong with being a seasoned woman, but Madonna's old. She ain't even seasoned.
No, she's not. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, keep talking. No, but there's nothing wrong with being like dating younger men or anything behind that. Dating younger men is cool, but doing whippets, that's kind of like a. Do you know why whippets is done?
Isn't it to like bam bam?
Yeah, but do you know why?
No.
I don't know if I should say.
You should.
Uh, the reason why these harsh drugs are sometimes done is because penetration can be painful.
Ayo.
Yeah, so some people take these harsh drugs to make the pain less harmful. So they will take these drugs to make them it not be as harmful. So for a gay man to sniff these, drugs to like numb the pain,
Well, maybe she wanted to numb the pain too.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, sure.
Maybe she was getting it blown out. Shout out to you
Oh,
women that
that's
do that. Because y'all do too much, in my opinion. But shout out to y'all. Y'all the MVPs.
Hold on. I'm trying to look up something backstage right now. I wasn't planning on looking this up, but now we talking. I'm trying to look up some Tia on fucking Madonna right now.
Oh, excuse me.
What the fuck was that?
Listen, sometimes you have to let it
What
go.
you doing?
I wasn't doing anything, Lavon.
Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna look this up. I'll just tell you the back team. I'll just tell you because and I'll put this up later because I had this on my phone because obviously it's not on YouTube. But I had this on my phone. So, I was working in and I'll put this up later. Remove. Ugh, look at her face. My God.
Somebody has listen. Somebody loves that face.
Stevie O.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well, I worked at a restaurant where it was drama backstage, and she did a dance, which I'm trying to look up the dance. Okay, I'll just look up the dance. How about that? That might be easier to find. Yeah, the dance will probably be easier to find. How about that? That will probably be easier to find. Madonna. Um. Oh my gosh. Okay, found it. Oh,
Mm.
weird, 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 weird. Okay, found it. Okay. Okay, let me post it. Oh my gosh. So weird. So weird. So weird. Okay, found it. Okay, let me post it. Do you guys see it? It's here.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Good night, Tori.
Good night, toy girl. Bye. So I was like literally. Why is people texting me? Okay, whatever. People texting me. So I was literally right here doing this, and backstage stage. Wait, I want to hear. Make sure you hear the sound. Mm, why is there no sound? Apparently, there's no sound. But this is what it was. So they did a two-step like
Mm-hmm.
this, and I was right backstage. So this is literally what they did. A fucking Madonna and Ariana Grande. Madonna and Ariana Grande. This is literally what they did. And I was literally right there behind the stage. So Ariana Grande and Madonna did this. And I was right back there working the
Mm-hmm.
stage doing this. And Ariana Grande was not happy about this. She walked off and she was like, Madonna was high and pissed. Like she was like, I don't want to work with Madonna. That's what she said. She was like, Madonna was fucking high and drunk. And like she said, I don't want to work with Madonna anymore. That's what she said to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said I was pretty and cute.
So I know you love that.
Of course, I told you that already. But yeah, let's just remove that.
Why are you so quiet?
I'm not. I was just looking up that. I had to look up that freaking clip. It took me a long time to look up that freaking clip. Oh gosh. Yeah, these clips are not easy to look up because they're like buried. Madonna with her ass out. Yeah, Madonna with her ass out. Madonna buries her clips. It's not that easy to find Madonna's clips out. It's really not to find Madonna's clips.
Well, okay, so even though we've been on here, I'm probably gonna have to go in another 20 minutes. But because I know you don't watch Love is Blind. Is Blind has been hilarious, but
Well, what's going on with that?
my God, Love is Blind. Ooh, where the hell is my charger?
Find it.
Hopefully. Oh, here it is. Love is Blind has been hilarious. It's been bad relationship over bad relationship over bad relationship. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Did you see that Amber Rose's ex, who she had the baby by, is dating Madonna?
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Not Wiz Khalifa, the other one.
No. I didn't see that shit.
Yeah. He's dating her.
No, I didn't see that shit.
Don't you find that hilarious?
I don't watch them ghetto ass people. What's going on?
That's her baby father. He's dating Madonna. Madonna's new boyfriend is
Madonna has like 5 new boyfriends.
the one with the blonde hair.
Don't they all have blonde hairs?
Okay. Anyways, he's like, you on hard times. You went from being a music producer to dating Madonna? Because we all know they date her for money. And I ain't mad at it. Shout out to the male gold diggers.
Like me. Madonna's amazing. I would date her.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You're a lie.
No, I
Girl,
wouldn't.
you a whole damn lie. I know you. If Madonna texted you right now, you would date Madonna.
No, listen, I have some standards. I don't know where I get them from, but I do have some. Like money, just not that much.
Baby, so if Madonna texted you and was like, Ava, I'm in your DMs. Come visit me. Come visit me in London, baby. Visit me in London, baby. Visit me in London, baby.
Okay, you're gonna hate me again with this, but I just don't even find Madonna iconic.
No one doesn't, but but she got money. So if
but she's not like, somebody that like her money, she's great. She has money, but like it's great. Like I've been offered that before, so I just can't do it. If I don't like the person, the money doesn't matter. She grosses me out, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but if she shows up for you with money,
I don't know what you're not getting.
What it is. No. 100,000, 200,000, baby, you can't be bought.
No, not for no 100,000, 200,000. Now, if we talking 10 million, I could stomach it, and that's after taxes. And I need a little villa. I need an apartment in New York, just something 2 million area, and then I need a 2 million house in the Mediterranean. Then I could do it, but ain't no 100,000. No. That's working a year. You know, you got to think about it. Madonna, no. Oh, he's dating Cher, not Madonna. Never mind. They both look the same to me.
Oh,
tired and worn.
Well, you know, Cher has been dating like a little young child. Let's look at because you know Kris Jenner has been dating a fucking like what 20-year-old.
No, Corey's in his 40s.
He's not in his 40s.
Yes, he is. Him and his hips are in his 40s.
I thought he was in his 20s. Is he? He's in his
Nah,
40s.
he's not in his 20s. He don't even look like he's in his 20s. That man
He's
is,
in his 40s. Is he? He's not in his 40s. He's in his 40s.
yeah, he gotta be in his 40s by now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, her purse man. Yeah.
No. See, we'll try. Yeah, Corey. Corey ain't 20s. Oh, I thought he was at least. Really? Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
And then I was watching Mavs. I know you don't watch it. And one of the guys on Mavs said that the other guy was trying to, get some back shots on him. I was dying.
Let's look it up. Corey Kardashian, because yes, he's taking her last name, obviously.
She's not gonna marry him. He's broke.
I would take her last name as well. I would love my last name to be Kardashian. Let's just be
I
honest.
wouldn't. He's 42.
What?
He's born 1980.
Baby, you wouldn't love your last name to be
This is
Kardashian.
not no 20-year-old man.
You wouldn't love for your last name to be Kardashian?
No, I would actually hate it.
You're lying. Oh, he's 25.
Who?
Corey.
No, the hell he's not. He's
It says
42.
25. It says it's a 25 year age gap. I just Googled it. It says
Yes.
25.
But 25-year age gap. Kim
Okay.
is 40 years old. Chris is not 50. Chris is 67. He's 42. This is Corey. This looks like an old man.
Corey Gable's age gap is 25. I just Googled it. It says
Correct. That's not his age, Levon. His age gap. That means they're 25 years. That means when he was 0, Chris was 25. That's what that means.
I don't care about that though. Do you care?
He's 42. Look, this is Corey.
Oof. Do you care?
That's what. Yeah, Corey is. I think he's the same age as Courtney.
I don't care about that. Do you?
Courtney might be a little older. Let's see. Courtney's 43.
That's fine with me, baby.
Somebody's got to sleep with him. As long
Would
as it
you?
ain't me, I don't care.
Would you? Would you sleep with Corey?
No. Now, you know who was a fool? Stassi. Stassi should have slept with Kanye and told Kylie, girl, should have pulled a Jordan. Look how good she living. Not being Kylie's arm bag.
I would do that too.
You know who also has bad friends?
Who?
Selena Gomez. But she's a bad friend.
Oh, well, I just heard some tea about her. Well, everybody's mad at her right now. So I don't know about that. Everybody's mad at her because she just gave her kidney up and people, she didn't just give her kidney up, but people are mad about whatever about that situation. So I don't know about that.
Can we be honest? Okay, let's get some of the tea. Let's just go with a fire round. Here we go.
Fire round, baby.
Fire round. Here we go. Kanye West is hilarious. I don't give two DAMs about him losing all his money. I sat there, didn't care, won't care, didn't buy a pair of Yeezys, ain't gonna buy a pair of Yeezys. I don't care that he lost his rights. I don't care if this is a grand scheme. I don't care if he ends up unalived one of these days. He picked his fate. Now he got to live it. Next one. It's weird how Candace Owens ain't around him, but hey, I ain't mad at her. She got to do what she got to do. Next one. Drake needs to stop it. Drake's new album was so sassy and zesty. He is sitting here wanting to be one of the girls. Like he's mad at Ice Spice because she didn't want to give him anything. Drake, you are almost 40 years old. And another thing, your child is Caucasian. Can you please take these ethnic styles out of his hair? Let the child have his Hawaiian silk hair. Stop putting him in those tight braids. Your child is white. He has blonde hair, blue eyes, and 75% white. And then he had the nerve to say, I couldn't believe my child looked like that. Why? You don't see your white mother? Next thing. Why are you so mad that Serena Williams married another man? And she should have. You didn't want her. You want to sit out here in the streets. Next problem with him. Why do y'all have to put Megan Thee Stallion's name in your mouth? Somebody asked me, like, if she's lying, what you going to do? At this point, I don't even care about the case. I just want the gremlin Tory Lanez to be out of my country. I want him to go back to Canada with his foolishness. Keep her name out of your mouth. I know it's very hard for you. Next fire round, Nicki Minaj fans. What's wrong with Nicki Minaj? Like, is she okay? Like, when you the queen, you don't have to do things like that. Like, this is why I like Beyonce. She doesn't sit there. I need my celebrities act like Beyonce and not Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. They're not made for this. You know, I need celebrities that are made for this. Kyrie Irving. You should lose all your things. I don't care if he loses everything he has. When you don't own, that's what you do. And a bigger question, see, when Kaepernick was kneeing, all y'all didn't want to do anything. So now that they snatching y'all deals away, I don't feel bad for y'all. The serial impregnator, Nick Cannon, and these dozens of kids. Listen.
You call him serial impregnator?
Yeah, he's disgusting. I really don't know what's wrong with his baby mothers. They're so stupid. So stupid. But hey, somebody got to have his kids. Thank God it's not me. Rihanna, oof. I don't think we're going to have a good Super Bowl. I think we're going to be out here saying, oof. You know how like Mary was, trying the 1-2 step? It might be too much. You, girl, are not Beyonce. You see, and this is, y'all Rihanna fans, y'all going to have it because she trying to play a Beyonce about to do. Didn't Beyonce have the twins and then do Coachella? Girl, you are not that girl. You know you need a year. Like, girl, you are not that girl.
Fair enough.
You are not Beyonce, who can do Coachella after having babies.
Absolutely.
Like, who told you that?
Absolutely. But, she's doing her best.
But, like, I need you to be realistic. There is one Beyonce. I keep telling people, Beyonce, I cannot wait for the Renaissance tour. I am going. That was my jam. Y'all girls are not her. Like, I want to let you know, Beyonce, make sure she sits here and gives you a performance no matter what. If you can't give me a show, please sit down. Another thing we didn't talk about. Why does, you know what? It's one thing when one of these hot actors are cheating and acting a fool, but why the mid actors? Like, that whole Adam Levine thing was blown out of proportion. Who cares who Adam Levine sleeps with? Like, I can't even believe somebody would sleep with Adam Levine and tell people. Like, that's something you take to your grave. Adam Levine?
I don't care about Adam Levine at all whatsoever.
But you remember how they blew up that story?
I do. But when it comes to Beyonce, I'm actually happy that Beyonce has not released or done any dance scenes for as long as she did for her album, because my ankle hasn't been broken for a while, and I would love to dance to her, but I haven't been able to for a while. But I am now healed. And now I can shake my little booty to her now. It's been a little while. I broke my ankle. So I will be dancing.
Oh, and the last thing. Erica Mena is a fool. I don't feel bad for her for the Safari thing. Erica Mena, that's Safari's.
Why is she relevant?
Because she was crying on television because Safari left the marriage, don't have to pay her child support or nothing, and she's crying because she a single mother of 3. Girl, you be all right.
She's never been in the marriage.
You be all right. women do it all the time. You'll be all right. You should have never had a baby by that man, but you'll be all right.
He's never been in the marriage.
Oh, did you hear the voice messages about? Remember how you did the Toba Olumonselli?
What?
Wait, I just want to be vocal about Brett Favre.
Repeat that.
You know, the Brett Favre thing, they wanted to hide it under the rug. That's why they did the EMEA, the one that Nia Long was with. That's why they do that. I agree. Erica Mena is getting $4,000 a month for those two kids.
Erica Mena seems a little bit sad.
Kyrie, did you watch it? No, I didn't watch it. And I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for Kyrie Irving. I don't feel bad for Kanye West. If you're going to say something, stick to what you're going to say and lose the money. It is what it is. And that's my problem with people. Be consistent. If you're going to say something and then when you get some backlash, you're not going to keep it 100, then, oh well.
Don't be a bitch. If you're going to say something.
Brett Favre he was getting dragged, but they don't want to show that. First of all, Brett Favre should never be in the Hall of Fame. He was a drug addict. He's a liar. He's a thief. He's a football player.
Oh.
He stole $5 million from Mississippi's poor to create a volleyball court.
I'm so happy.
Kyrie is retiring.
Dr. Lisa, we will be in contact this weekend.
Well, he should retire.
Who?
He should retire. He should retire because he's going to lose all his endorsement deals, and he was stupid to do that because he has a child to take care of. It's not getting. I hope he's been saving his money. He's made a lot of it. He's worth $90 million. He has a $35 million a year. Of course, they want to get rid of this. Of course, they want to get rid of this. And then the way contracts are, you have to pay like half to your age. Basically 60. Listen, he was stupid. Why are you going to give up $35 million a month and then not stand on what you say? If you're going to do that, stand on what you say. Stand on the 35. And then you knew you was going to get canceled because they just did it to Kanye. And you said, no, let me not learn from Kanye and do it anyways when you know you didn't have the backbone to do it.
Well, Kanye never stands on anything that he has to say.
No, see, he realized that being anti-Black was profitable. So he figured he'd be anti-Jewish and it would be more profitable. But see, what he didn't realize is Black people are not going to have his back.
Oh,
no.
Hold on now. Let's talk about it. Why do you feel like Kanye decided to be anti-Jewish?
Because Kanye West wants to be accepted by Jewish men. Kanye West hates being Black. So no, let's go there.
Yeah. So you feel like Kanye said, I want to be anti-Jewish because he wanted to be accepted by Jewish men?
Because they're the most exclusive people in the world. You can't, it's the only, and I don't mean exclusive like nobody can be Jewish, but you can't just say you're Jewish, right? You have to be born into it. Yes, you convert and technically you're Jewish, but Jewish is from your mother. If your mother's not Jewish, you are not Jewish. It's something you're born into. It's not just like you can convert to Christianity and you're still a Christian.
Okay, let me send the link. Okay, go on, Bobby. I'm sorry. Keep talking, Bobby.
He sent in the link. He said, I don't even think it was anti. I think his problem is he's very ignorant, and ignorant people should not be making comments so loosely. He's very ignorant. He doesn't know how to speak. Yeah. When he said slavery was a choice, I understood what he meant, but when you are he doesn't read and you can tell. If he were to, slavery was a choice. The other choice was death. So which choice was better? But he shouldn't have said that because he was Black and it looks poorly. what he said about the Jewish community was going to get him canceled because the Jewish community came together and said, no, you're not about to talk about us like you talk about your own. They don't care how much money they're going to lose. They wasn't going for it. And he should have known better.
I think the link is pinned.
He should have known better. This is what happened to Nick Cannon. And then what it's also showing you is how much money these people really have. These people aren't real billionaires. You didn't own anything. You don't own the manufacturing. You don't own your designs. You don't own the colors. You don't own the name. Come on. You was just
I don't know why he went anti-Jew at all. And some of my friends tried to explain it, and I really didn't get it. And literally a few of my friends tried to explain it to me, and I really didn't get. And you're trying to explain it to me right now. I can't get why.
This is what he did. He
was going anti-Jew. I can't get.
Well, that wasn't it. He was first with the White Lives Matter, yada yada yada. Then he brought up the fact that they, first of all, when they said to get the money out of the bank, that's not because of his statements about Jewish people. That was because he sent a video on either Instagram where he had where he was showing executives porn. You don't do that. Yes. You don't do that's why and then he's talking about he wants to get out his contracts with Gap. He wants to get out he didn't read his contracts. He wants to get out his contract with Gap, Yeezy. So they were waiting for him. What Adidas and these brands did, because they're not doing this because he said this about Jewish people. They waited until they could get the most money out of him by him acting a fool. So why they're stopping production is they're stopping production so they can deduct it out of the money they're supposed to send him, because technically Adidas owes him $1 billion. But what they're doing is saying, we're going to lose $260 million off of you. So we're going to keep not selling things until you can pay us back all the money you're about to lose us. That's what they're doing.
Who specifically do you think said that, girl?
What?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, one of my favorite people is backstage, and I am going to invite her here. Thankfully, and I'm going to introduce her in the best way possible. So I'm gonna let her get ready here. So I see her backstage. So I'm gonna give her 30 seconds to get ready as I introduce her. 3. Okay, she's ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here's my beautiful lady, Hearts of Inspiration, Dr. Lisa. Here we are. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay? I'm on location at a secret location, which is why my face ain't made up. I'm in my little hideaway spot, child. I'm just chilling for the weekend.
No, okay.
I had to get away from them grandbabies. Thank you, Lovey. I don't get to catch you live.
There you go. I'm back. Okay.
Yay.
I'm super new to StreamYard, and I got these scary people behind me, so I'm trying to work everything. Thank you.
You did a good job. You did a very good job. I'm sorry I missed the breakdown, the review of Black Adam. I was out actually seeing Wakanda Forever with the family.
Oh, I want to see that tomorrow.
Go see it.
Dr. Lisa, I'm going to talk to you this weekend, I promise.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, we're going to talk this weekend, but we can talk about this topic tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to just kind of rewind back first. I'll rewind Kyrie first. All Kyrie did was put out a documentary and say he had watched it on Twitter. That documentary being Hebrews to Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 hours. Let me tell you something. You can't just sit down. Whew. But it's piggybacking off of what is actual truth, that the people that
Thank you, Julie.
are residing in Israel at this moment. The people
Mhm.
that we have termed as Jewish, the very definition of a word, when you put ish behind it, is like. So allegedly, according to these folks, then and we can actually trace it through history, the Hebrew people are melanated people. The
Mhm.
Hebrew people, as a result of the diaspora, were all throughout Middle and Western Africa. The Hebrew people look like us. And in fact, if you look at different paintings and things like that from in the 1400s, 1500s, and such, and earlier, they were all Negro. They would call them Negro, in fact, from Jesus himself all the way down.
Mhm.
Now, I speak of this as not only, yep, I'm getting every child. I'm speaking of this not only having a doctorate of divinity and metaphysics, but I have been a ordained minister in non-denominational Christian church since I was 30. I'm 54 right now. So, and I'm not going past 55, just so everybody knows. Um, so there's truth, right, to this. The Queen of Sheba was Black. She came up
Right.
and had children with Solomon, brought gold, took all of that back with her back to Ethiopia. And that's where the Ark of the Covenant was taken as well. So all Kyrie did was say, here's a documentary I've watched. I find it interesting. If there wasn't truth there to be seen, how come there was this big uproar? How come they still, to this day, you can still find it on Amazon Prime to rent for $10.99 for 2 days? You can buy it for, I think, $24.99. Nobody's come at Jeff Bezos' neck. Nobody's come, they've not asked him to take it down. But because Kyrie has a voice and because Kyrie withstood and stood his ground during the panorama on other things, injections, he has a voice and people listen. So why is it that these people who are not who they pretend to be and part of the matrix and theater and a big portion of why we are still in fact enslaved? If our minds are enslaved, we are enslaved. That was a line, I think, in Black Adam.
Mhm.
And because of entitlement programs and things like this, we go back to the 60s, we go back wherever, well, I go back as far as we need to. We are still enslaved. So even when Kanye said his slavery is a choice, if you heard the entirety of his statement, he was talking about an energy and a state of mind. And he was actually talking metaphysically about if you want to go to the metaphysical, we all actually choose the lives that we live right now, the incarnations we live, for whatever the purpose and the reason is. But there is a choice made in order to live this life.
But I have
Now,
to push back on that because Kanye, the problem with Kanye West is not is the way he says it. I understood what he was saying, but I have a problem with how he likes to dance with white supremacy when it suits him. You can't be talking black and then having a white, especially that family he went into, a white family, and how they exploit black people, and you were fine with it. You have biracial children, and I'm not saying biracials do not have black heritage, but your children are not black. You've said that you did not want your children to identify as black, but then when it suits you, you go back to saying, you know what? Let me go to being black. No, I just need you to be consistent. I need you to love being black when it's hard, not when they start taking things from you.
do you know anything about Kanye?
Yeah. Kanye,
Kanye has
Kanye
No, no, no,
was
no, no. Do you know anything about how he grew up? Do you know
Kanye
anything about the
was
area in Chicago he
yeah.
grew up in? Do you know anything about his struggle?
he had a
Because
struggle But see, that's the part about being an adult. I understand you have struggle, but Kanye West is over 40. And at over 40, and when he did this, he was over 40. You
So
have
what
to
I'm
take
saying is you're
accountability.
defining black by whether or not, however you choose to,
I
you're
don't need
defining
him to
black.
be black like
Let
me.
me finish, because let me tell you something. I have a biracial mother. I have biracial grandbabies. They are just as much black as me and just as much black as you. Okay. I am not ever, ever going to allow someone to define one's ethnicity and race based on the concentration of melanation in their skin. We've done that to each other for way too long. Way back in the 20s and even earlier than that, in order to get into Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, you had to be lighter than a paper bag. There was a paper bag test. If you were not lighter than a paper bag, you were not allowed in the sorority. That sort of thing happened throughout all different areas of our life. And the problem is that we've allowed, when we talk about white supremacy, the white supremacy has actually permeated our very being because we allow someone else to dictate to us, or we listen to this and we get ginned up and revved up because of emotion, and we don't put our proper emotion, our energy where it actually goes. So my granddaughters are just as black as you. I'm just as black as you, and my mother can literally pass. I'm a direct descendant of Alexander Hamilton. Does that make me not black?
I'm not saying you're not black. You
It's a
share
hard
the
line to
culture.
set. I'm
You
sorry.
share the culture, but if one parent is black and one parent is not, you come from two different cultures where it's different than my white blood. My white blood comes 5 generations down. I don't see a white person as my relative, and that's so there is a different socialization. It doesn't mean because you're biracial, you don't have the same culture as me. It doesn't mean you don't share in my culture. If you want to wear braids, that's part of your culture too. But you were raised by two different cultures, and we should acknowledge that.
But you should not be allowed to dictate to me or my biracial grandchildren or anyone else whether or not they're black.
I
I
didn't
went to
say
all
they
white.
weren't black.
And
You just said that. I went to all white schools, because my father made sure that he would go to work with holes in his boots as an electrician and a machinist, so that my mother, who did not have to work, he made sure she could stay home. And then us 4 kids could then go to all white schools. All my life, because of how I speak, because trust me, I can speak the Queen's English just as good as everybody else or anybody else. But because of how I spoke, because I had an education, because I had a scholarship to Northwestern University, an academic scholarship, not to play sports, I'm never black enough for anybody. So I have grown sick and tired of people saying, I'm not black enough because I didn't grow up in the ghetto, because I didn't this and I didn't that. That doesn't, we come from kings and queens. We come from royalty. Yet we choose to lower ourselves to be what they tell us we should be. And then when one of us speaks out and speaks truth, he said nothing but the truth. The Jewish community runs Hollywood, music. They run it. They run it. Adam Silver is a Jew. Is running head of the NBA. I can name you probably 4 or 5 of the last Major League Baseball commissioners that have all been Jewish. The majority of the NFL commissioners have had at least some there.
Well, now we're going to a place. So, Ablavi, have you ever
I just want to
heard?
respond to that.
Okay, yeah.
I've grown up in circumstances that most black people haven't been, but I have never had my blackness denied, nor would I deny somebody else's blackness. I'm just acknowledging your parent who is not black. I'm acknowledging your white half. And biracial is saying that you are white too. It's saying that you have just as much right to that. It's
Oh,
but
shit.
why do we?
Because she
Why is
grew
it
up in
has
the
to be that?
60s, sis. She grew up in the 60s. And even though she's lighter than you, she's lighter than Levon because she had
Right.
curly hair and because of the nose and the facial features, all the white folks knew she was black. She was not treated as white at all. She marched as a teenager in Milwaukee. You understand what I'm saying? So we have as a younger generation or as a generation period, we now have this, well, it's because my mother was half and half. So that makes me, a quarter. And because of that, all of a sudden now my blackness is in question
It's
or heard.
questioned. Yeah,
She got
it's a
her ass
question.
beat just like every other dark-skinned person out there in them streets marching for rights. Every
Well,
other person.
we have to put colorism in it too. A darker skinned person has a different. It has a different aspect of being black than somebody who is not dark skinned. So there is a difference in that. Yes, there are things that we share, but when you're darker skinned, there is a different life path. And when you say, oh, I'm not saying she's not black, but for darker skinned people, they go through a challenge I and many and lighter skinned black people would not go through. So no, it's not the same. There are similarities, but it's not the same.
All of us go through challenges. They might be a
Right,
little
but
bit
there's
different
our
because we allow other people to infiltrate and put this mess in our head. The separation between degrees of melanin is because we've allowed them to strip us of all of our knowledge of our melanin, all of the knowledge of from whence we came, and we've allowed them to separate us.
I'm not separating. I'm
Yes, you
simply
are.
stating, I'm simply acknowledging your white blood because if you are biracial, it's unfortunate that white people are not treating you as white, but they need to see themselves in you because that is part of your heritage.
No, I don't define.
If she
Go ahead,
says she's
baby.
white.
Like
Never.
it's my mom and my dad. My mom's African, my dad's African American. There are some people who don't see me as African or such. I don't care because my mother is African. My skin tone is lighter than hers. What she goes through is completely different than what I go through. And I think when we have these colorism conversations, that especially darker skinned women take a whammy that I, as a lighter skinned woman, don't. And when you say, "Oh, well, we're all black," but they take the brute of it. They're the comedic joke. They're the ones people and rap industries are calling bitches and hoes. So when we say this, we can't just say, "Well, we all are a color of black." That is true, but when it comes to people on that darker aspect of it, they go through a lot of things that us as light-skinned people don't go through because they see our blackness as palatable. So I cannot sit here and say it's all the same. It is not.
You said if you're biracial, you're not black. I'm just repeating.
No, I didn't. I said you're black and white. You
said
are
they're
still
not
black,
black.
but you have white.
You
No,
said
I'm saying you're both.
biracial people, I heard you, are not black.
Yes, I said to me they're not black. Correct.
Okay.
They're black
So
and white.
again, and see, it's a good thing that I am where I am, and I don't need anybody else to validate my blackness. But that statement there is precisely what I go through on a regular basis.
But why does that bother you if you have white? Why is the acknowledgement of white blood not there?
I did not say it bothered me.
No, but it does bother because you said I'm not saying they're not black. You're not homogeneously black. No, you are a mixture of black. And if you're biracial, you had one white parent raising you and one black parent raising you. There is a different socialization.
Okay.
Why are we pretending like it's not there?
Okay, Ava, you cannot say that somebody is not black because you cannot deny somebody's heritage because
if I'm a mule This is if
No,
you're a mixture,
okay, there it
but
goes.
this is the thing though.
Okay,
Like
there it goes.
in every
Okay,
other,
there it goes.
if
You
you're
can't
mixed,
you can't
you're not
call somebody
just
a
black.
mule.
You have black
Okay,
heritage,
okay.
but
You
you're
can't
not
call
black. You're
somebody a
not a
mule.
monogynous of black. You're biracial.
You can't call somebody a mule or any kind
But
of
I'm saying we're the only group of
okay,
people
well,
that
you
do
just said
this.
it. You can't call somebody a mule or any kind of
But
derogatory.
I'm just using it as cross reference of
No,
two
well,
different.
you just said
We're
it.
not.
You
We're
just
not.
called
They're not
mule a
black.
mule.
You know how I feel
Girl,
about this. I do
that
not
that
consider
was
biracial people black.
okay. Girl, you
That's
just
cool.
flat out said it.
So
That was a
biracial people
derogatory
aren't black.
term.
So I need to understand. So biracial people aren't black. People that date or have children out of their race are no longer get to say anything about black people.
I didn't say that.
Well,
You can
said
say whatever
so
you want.
Kanye, because Kanye married Kim, which, by the way, never should have. Anyway, but that's the Kardashians and that whole situation they got going on over there. Anybody, that's death to a black man. But so because he's with someone outside the race, so if we date outside our race, we have no more. Do we have rights to say anything or no?
You can say whatever you want to say, but the idea that you have black children is irrelevant. You have biracial children.
Girl, Ablavi, you know what? I love you.
I don't understand what I'm saying and why is it bothering you?
Okay, girl, Ablavi, you know I've known you for years, and
you know how I feel about this. Like I feel that biracial people are biracial.
Listen,
and there's nothing wrong with being biracial, but you're biracial.
I want you to
you just called me a mule just now.
Okay, I apologize for the crossing of animals because we're all one species. So I'm sorry for that.
Girl, I've known you for years, and I know you. I respect you, and I've known you for years, and that's why I just put myself on camera. I probably, I think you probably didn't mean that. I've known you for years, but I hope you didn't mean that.
No, I didn't. I didn't mean it as. I can see how that
is a disrespectful comment. Please, I'm mixed race.
No, I do know you're mixed race, and
so please don't.
I acknowledge you're mixed race.
Do not say that.
But I could see how you being mixed race that would bother you, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, don't say that I'm that's fucked up.
A mule. I apologize for that.
A mule is a fucking
I didn't. Really I understand the historic context, and that's not how I meant it.
Yeah, a mule is like a freaking animal that is like an animal that's like a kind of like a animal that's like a kind of dumbass animal. Like, don't call me that, girl. Like, seriously, that was rude.
That wasn't.
Yeah, a mule is a dumbass animal. Don't say that because I'm mixed race that I'm a dumbass animal. Stop. That's why I had to get off camera from that. I hope that you didn't mean to do that.
She's apologized, darling.
So I'm letting it go, and then I'm coming back on that, and then I'm coming back. So apologize, and I'm back, Okay, move on.
So let's get back. This is my thing with the Kanye, with the Kyrie thing. We have to get out of this modality that other people, just because we make a statement of truth and they don't like it, we shouldn't be allowing them to be canceled. We should not be allowing them to have why should they end up losing everything? The reality is there are groups of people that run it. So we have to decide, are we going to create our own? Or are we just going to continue to be like, well, it is what you can't say those things. Why? They're allowed to say whatever they want, however they want. They're allowed to say whatever they want to about us, and we're just supposed to take it. They're allowed to have a school to prison pipeline. They're allowed to keep our people in a constant, consistent state, some of our people, of the permanent underclass. And yet,
Correct.
and
I
go
see
ahead.
myself as black as well. Woo child. I see myself as black as well. Go on,
That's no problem. So
Dr. Lisa.
people like myself, and there's others that are out here that are creating our own. I was just listening to Dame Dash. She did an interview the other day, or earlier this week, on a podcast, Diary of a CEO, and they asked him about Kanye, and he said, Kanye unfortunately chose to get the bag and not just chose to build. Because had Kanye built, the money would have come. But because he lacked ownership, which you said earlier, then they can take everything away. They dangle the bag in front of us, be they rappers, be they ball players, be they actors, they dangle the bag. And we go after the bag rather than going after what's in our heart and creating on our own. So people like myself who have created, I have my own. I employ people, and I will be employing more. I'm about to launch a branding company. I'm about to launch a streaming service. I already have a school, a business mentorship as well. I've created my own because I refuse to allow other people to be able to dictate to me what I can and cannot say. You won't cancel me. I'm going to tell the truth. And so this is the problem. It's like we get behind, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Well, why is telling the truth or putting a tweet out and saying, I watched this documentary, a cancelable offense? I think that's what a lot more people are about Kanye Kyrie than Kanye.
You should be able to say what the hell you want.
Because of the mindset. The mindset isn't, for instance, because we're just saying black men because these are the ones who are athletes.
Well, I'm a black man.
But I'm saying in terms of athletes.
Okay.
In athletes, when Kaepernick did that, we saw they did not agree.
Yeah.
We're at a point where you can't blame other communities until you work on the inner. Okay. If as a community, ball players want to work for other people, they don't want to create for themselves, I cannot get mad at Jewish people for having boundaries when these men don't want to build. Black men in America right now make enough money that if they put their resources together, they can build and do a lot better for their own. We saw this with Tulsa. We've seen this throughout history. They don't want to build. And I can't sit here and go back and forth with Kanye when he doesn't want to build. He wants to be a marketer for these companies, and he's mad because they no longer are giving him access to his marketing. He wasn't concerned about building. He wanted to act like a boss, but when it was time to be a boss, he wasn't about it. Kanye has had every opportunity to make the amount of money he wants to make. Do I agree some of the things he says is true? Yes, but his delivery is poor.
Okay, so what about Kyrie? A tweet.
Kyrie, again, this was going to happen to Kyrie because he put a tail on his back when he didn't get the vaccine. Then he tweeted out something because he works for other men and he does not own. You don't have freedom to say what you want. It's unfortunate, but freedom does have a cost.
I disagree. Right. They have freedom to say whatever they want to, and not all of them own.
But they have a community that comes together.
So why aren't
when you say one thing about one, they are all going to come together. People who don't even know Kyrie.
That's my.
But I'm saying, but to do that, You need like-minded in our community, and we don't have that with people at the top. They love to blame people at the bottom, but they don't live in these neighborhoods. The Pookies and Ray Rays do. The people who are they move out their neighborhoods. They go and invest their money in other communities and then get mad when they have consequences for not building them up. Every
And
other
who
community,
and who allows that to happen consistently?
they do.
No, we do.
We do.
We allow that to happen consistently.
But see, and this
We
is the
allow that in I'm talking about our community. I was one of the few people that when all this stuff was going on in 2020, I was like, y'all do not follow behind them two heifers. Do not. One of the few people. And I almost got damn excommunicated.
Same.
They're ready to revoke my black card, child. I mean, well, yes,
Oh,
ma'am, not black, but
but
anyway.
but the
So
thing is,
let me finish. The problem is that we sit here and again, we allow agents or plants or whatever you want to call them, people that are only after their own bag. And they use our pain in order to get it. And now we want to act like, oh my God, these women bought these multi-million-dollar houses. Oh my God, 90 upwards of $100 million is damn missing. Ain't nothing got down to the neighborhood. We only have ourselves to blame for that because we did not go to the mattress and say, what are you really going to do? And we did not hold them accountable for it. But
right.
then when somebody does hold them accountable, now granted, I wish it wasn't the people that did, but when people are starting to hold them accountable, you don't listen. But then when somebody does, now their other politics is a problem. So now we still miss the whole damn conversation. This woman is in a gated community, whatever that woman's name is. She's in a gated community, far, far away from everything that she helped to destroy. She
And
helped to destroy. Go
and
ahead.
I'm this comment up here because it's a little bit Wucha. I know this is she's my friend, and I know this is not left up here as offensive, but I think it's very important because this is how the whole world seems. Yes, Levon, you are racial, but I see you as black. So fucking lootly, I see myself as black. You know, this is was a comment. I am very black. I'm very black. So was she, you know, I'm very black. I'm very black.
And you have
So
a whole nother
huh?
experience being a black gay man.
I'm very black.
You know what I'm
You know,
saying? Like your whole experience is like there's a whole lot going on.
I'm
Because
very
there's a
black,
lot of spaces you're not accepted in.
and in my experience has been my experience walking through the world has been very weird. Being black, being gay, maybe being light skinned, feeling like and Ablavi, and even you, Dr. Lisa. I'll take this comment off the screen. Because even us, even all three of us on the screen, we are all black people. We're not the darkest of skin, but we are all black people. But we're not the darkest of skin. But we all know. We all walked. You know, we all walked the earth of being black people, and we all know the how it is of being black people. And let's just be honest. Look at my panel right now. We're all light skinned black people. Let's just be honest.
all intelligent, beautiful,
Yeah,
wonderful,
let's just be honest right now.
light-skinned
We're all
black.
light skinned. We're all light skinned black people. But there are black people who can be as black as like friggin' like gosh, I don't have anything black right now, but like there are black people who can be black as a stone. You know, like right now. I don't have anything to be like friggin' as an example right now. Look at gosh, I don't have anything to be an example. But there are black people like that can be as black as a rock. And it means nothing. You know, but we are light skinned black people right now. But I have family that are as black as a rock. As black as like, gosh, I wish I had an example right now.
But I will agree with Ava though too, and I don't know how you feel about this. Black men tend to not want to build because I've been working with a number of different people, but one sister that I've been working with, she has Chocolate Earth Foundation. She has all the plans to build housing for less than $3,000, grow food hydroponically, aeroponically, aquaponically. It can find you land in anywhere in the US. And if she starts going into certain chats, the men tell her she's being too masculine. Why is she trying to be a separatist? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's infuriating how there's a lot of them that don't want to really do a damn thing. They don't want to build. They don't want to. They don't. The minute
it's not infuriating. They don't want a black community. That's why they have exit at it.
To me, I'm infuriated as a now an auntie in the realm.
Mm-hmm.
Look at men in my general age range. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And why, if you're going to impede progress, I'm going to need you just to step out the way. You stay where you want to stay, and we'll build communities. I'm not going to worry about whether or not they're like, oh, they'll just burn it down. What? What? Like, it's infuriating to me to see this mentality still there. That's what's infuriating to me, to see that mentality.
But I don't think it's still there. I think, okay. I think this is a nuanced conversation, but I guess we have to have it.
Go,
Lavon,
go.
I understand. I think I need to make an understanding about why I feel as though biracial is different to blackness. I'm black.
You can go.
I know, but I think there's a little bit more nuance. I can't speak about you, but from what I've seen of black people is this escapture of blackness. And the best way to do that is to date somebody who is non-black, to create children of what you don't like. Now, that doesn't mean the children are going to come out white. But what I see from black people is trying to escape blackness, whether they're men or women. Are there some who are dating because of love? Absolutely. But what I see, what I hear, what I've encountered is a lot of people doing it to escape their blackness. And they're thinking, hey, if I mix with this person, my children will be lighter, yada, yada, yada. By escaping and going to other communities and investing their money in other communities, they feel like they're building when they are really nesting in other communities. So Kanye West, when you listen to what he's saying he wants to be a white man. If you're really listening to what he's saying I want to be a white man, which is fine. He said he wanted a white man to play him in a biopic. He was wearing a white mask. He was doing all these things. He married into that family because she's white. He's been telling this for years. And I can't speak for you, but from what I know from talking to Black men and being on this side, their escapism is having children that do not look like them and are considered less Black. So
Is
from
it
this side, so
is it
from this side,
escapism? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so from this side, it's well, if this is, and this is not just Black men, I know Black women who've done it too, who want their child to be more European centric and less like the African features they were born with. And they're proud to say it. Now, I don't think personally there's anything wrong with that. If you can't love yourself being Black, do not create other darker
Right.
skinned Black people, because that becomes problematic. But from my side, that's what I see. And Kanye and a lot of these rappers and things, that's what they're doing. Because that's what is common.
That's way too simplistic. You're not taking into account the energetic handing down what's been imprinted in those that were here, ADOS, because it's a difference when you came here as opposed to whether or not you are a descendant of. There's a different DNA situation happening. There's a different energy that's imprinted within your being. And I will say this, and I'm sure it's going to blow people's up, but whatever. The majority of slaves actually were already here. They weren't brought over. The vast majority of slaves were already here as dark, native, indigenous. And that's documented as well. So there's a whole different energy of people that are descendants thereof. And some of that comes from, the lighter, that's where this whole divide between light skin and dark skin, right? The light skinned slave was brought to the house. The dark skinned slave was forced to remain in the field. If you were able to have children by the slave owners, and that then carries over into if you can have children with white folks or Eurocentric or European folks. There's that saying that some people think that white ice is colder. So this still is an energy that is imprinted within our DNA. So it's not as simple as being Black. It is years and centuries of us being told that our melanin was somehow either a handicap or something evil or bad, less than, for multiple centuries. And I think the worst thing that ever could have happened to us actually was desegregation. That's the worst thing. We were doing infinitely better before all of that, because we were within our communities in the 50s, even into the 60s. We were still within our communities, and we built, and we had our own businesses. It was still better for us.
But then but if it's not escapism, basically the civil rights movement was the freedom. The civil rights movement I agree that segregation, there were Black people doing better than when segregation was lost. But if we're saying that's not the issue, then why did interracial marriage go up so much? And once interracial marriage went up, you're seeing the rejection of the community. You're seeing, because there will be no Black manosphere.
That's very
There will be no Black manosphere. But that is part of it. The Black manosphere has become a system where they're basically saying, we do not want Black women. We want to create a new society with white women. And this is something that's been underlining. But this has been something underlining in our community. And we shouldn't just ignore it because it's uncomfortable.
But nobody's ignoring anything.
You can look through history. You can look through. You can see when James Earl Jones said, But no, but when we say this, this is where the dark-skinned woman comes into effect, because repeatedly you see black men say that black women are not something to desire. You can see Jet magazines when they're saying, is an Asian woman a better wife? Is this woman a better wife during the war? So black people have made a concerted effort to have a more mixed race black identity, if you will, and rejection of black women, which is really the issue. They don't want to work with black women. And in our community, black women are the ones that get things done. It's not black men.
Well, about I can definitely agree with that. Black women are always the ones who get things done.
And I think there's some,
Absolutely. I agree
especially
with
from
that.
black women, there's some of black women who are very angry with that. Why
Okay.
are black women having they see all these
Okay.
other women not have to build, but they have to build? Why can't I just sit here and be a woman? So no,
I
there
literally
are
explained
multiple
all
things
of
going
that
on.
to you. I literally just explained that to you. If you know anything
Right.
about the history of slavery and how our families were split apart, how our sons were forced to sleep with us, their own mothers, their own sisters, how they were broken, how if you know anything about that, then you'll know why now this is still permeating,
I
right?
get that,
Now,
but when it
and
comes to
no,
black
no,
women, we
no,
do
let
not.
me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah,
And
I didn't mean this
also,
to become this. Yeah. Go on, girl.
and also the interjection of, or the replacement of, or the stripping away of our spirituality, and then the interjection of Christianity, and being forced to be a part of that. Their version of Christianity, the Eurocentric version of Christianity, based on the King James Bible version, is misogynistic. It is all about, enslaving others, and it keeps women at a certain submissive level. That's not our culture. That's not our culture.
But you
So
don't see
from
black men enjoying that patriarchal culture and permeating it down into the black community when they are not the ones building. You don't see them doing that. They very much like this patriarchal system. They're not against it.
I,
They're not.
if that's
Kanye's
all
not
that
against
you've
it.
been, if that's all that we were talking about, why the manosphere is what the manosphere is. The manosphere is all based on this whole Christian blah 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 blah. Let me tell you something. This manosphere BS, this has been around for so long, it's not even funny. I've been hearing this all my life. My eldest child is 33 years old. I was told I am in college, all the ball players could go and date whoever they wanted to. However, we as the young Black women were called into the Black House, which was the Black Student Union, and we were told that we had to be sure that the race was moved forward, and it was our responsibility to have children with Black men. Not one person, not one time did they go say nothing to that. None of them ball players. Them boys could do whatever they wanted. This is nothing new. So when I hear this now, I'm like, well, ain't nothing changed in 40, 50 years.
But that's where the problem lies. Because if you're constantly going to other communities and not building your own, the issue not if they wanted to date out and they were building in their community, it's fine. But if you rely on your woman to build for you, then you become in the submissive role, and they don't want to do that. So how can we move forward? Because I'm not going to take leadership from a Kanye West when you've proven you can't lead.
I don't mean to be funny, but I'm not sure who you're going to take leadership from.
Oh, well, me personally, probably not. I'm probably just would be a builder. But I'm saying as in, I think when we have this community and we're building, they have shown that they're not willing to build. And I am not willing to make a society for them to nest in. That is not an option.
Okay. So I'm gonna read this comment. So someone just said, Juno Martinez said, I'm a mix Latinas communities. We still have a whatever
Legacy of colonization.
that pushes people to lighten their descendants. It's embedded in the cultures and economics. Light kids are more likely to survive. Fact.
Y'all want to read that? How do y'all feel about that? I don't want to read that, but how do y'all feel
That's
about that?
true in the Black community too.
I don't want to
That's
read that,
absolutely
but
true.
how do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all feel like, I'm not trying to be
Okay,
like, some kind of,
it's not to the effect it is in her community, because like
well,
you
whatever.
can be darker skinned and you had rights, but the representation of Black looks a certain way.
What do
Yeah,
you
but
mean?
you can't say that to a
Girl,
Latina. You don't know what that. There's dark Latinos, Latinas, Latinx, right? There's light skin. There's colorism. There's colorism all throughout. Colonization affected them, maybe not in the exact same way, but very darn close,
well, you know
right?
what?
Well, it was but
I'm
it
gonna
was
drop the
what I
link.
mean by that is, depending on the country, if you were there was a reason why you would want to be identified as white, more so than it was in America. Their colonization was very interesting.
Well, here he goes, Mr. Gino. The darker cousins get pushed to the side and ignored at the family gatherings. That's what he said.
Mhm.
That's what he
So
said. The darker skins.
See, I'm
And
not used to that in my family because most people
that's
are
what,
dark
yeah,
skinned.
that's what I'm saying. You can't say
and
what happens in theirs because the colorism permeates every Black and brown race
you
because
know
of
what?
colonization.
I actually lied. Gino is actually my good friend. I know him.
But what I'm saying
I
is,
know him personally. This is my good friend.
they don't.
I
It's to a
went
point.
to
If
his
we're talking
wedding
about
a little
building,
while ago.
the only black
Special guest,
the only Black men we're really
and
talking
we're
to is the
text
gay
buddy.
Black male community.
What's up?
We're not. I said, if we're talking about building with Black men, we're talking about the gay Black man community. We are not talking about the straight ones.
What do
Well,
you mean?
I will say this. There are a number of us women who now are children. My son is 32 years old. I raised him to
Gino,
be a
call
builder.
in.
He's being a builder.
Gino, can you please call in? Um, Hold on. I just want to drop the link for him. He doesn't know YouTube that well. He's not a part of the YouTube drama or whatever. But
You're borging.
no, he doesn't know YouTube. He doesn't know like how
No, like you're going in and out.
me. Am I?
Yeah, you were.
Oh,
That's why I said
okay.
you're borging. Yeah, you're fine now.
But he doesn't know he doesn't know how to do YouTube.
It's okay.
But
Baby,
I want
baby,
to drop it for him.
okay.
So
But sweetheart,
you know,
I came up here to get some rest. I ain't gonna be on here all night with you now.
no. I know. Dr. Lisa, I will definitely be talking to you this weekend because
Okay, darling.
I want to get a tarot reading from you,
Okay.
but I want you to talk to this person who is going to pull up here because he also does tarot also.
Oh wow.
Yes. So if he pulls up right now, I don't know if he I don't know if he will. I don't know if I don't know if he's gonna pull up. He may not. He may not. But I just dropped a link. He may not pull up.
Levon, are you mad at me?
No, girl.
No, because you see.
No, bitch. Not bitch, girl. But not
No,
bitch.
the loving bitch came out.
You
That's
know
cool.
I'm
We all
gay.
know that wasn't the real
I
one.
call my plant bitch. I call the
Listen.
trees bitch. The wind is bitch. Oh no, bitch is. I'm sorry. I didn't say
didn't
bitch.
realize this conversation was going this way.
No, I'm sorry. Girl, no.
But I don't think
I
I
love
don't think
you.
we'll.
No.
But to be honest, I don't think we'll have a Black
Why would I be mad
community
at you? No.
much longer. I think it will be a very multicultural community, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm mad at you for what? No. My one of my best friends just jumped in the conversation. And I kind of want him to jump in right now. I don't know if he will. But if he
Okay,
can
baby,
jump
good.
is he here?
This low vibrational food now. You
Hold
know, I'm
on.
ready to beer.
If he can jump in for 5 minutes, that would be awesome. Wait,
I
hold
will
on.
say.
Wait, hold on. If you can
But
jump
we
in for
shall see.
hold on. If you can even be here for 5 minutes, that would be super awesome. Give me 5 minutes.
LeBron is late. I mean, I don't. It's unfortunate with Kyrie, but he's just going to be the first of many. This is going to keep happening, and it's going to happen on a larger scale.
Now, you know what's interesting, though? LeBron came out in support of him today. Now, these men would put all these millions of dollars that they've got, like you were saying, and build their own NBA outside of these people. Bank, money.
But they don't. But
money,
see,
money.
but they don't want to do that. So
We don't know
it's a
yet.
catch-22.
I speak life over people, okay? So I see what's going on, and when